Hello everyone, I'm Fiaura, and as requested by Remlays, I'm giving you guys a first look as they give us a first look at, well, Orcs for Battlefleet Gothic. Now, as many of you might know, this is a strategy game being developed for, well, it's in early access. You can buy access in. If you get a key, you can get access in right now. You can't play the main campaign very far, only first 3 missions, which are basically the tutorial. And you can play solo player, skirmish, or multiplayer. Now, I have a very well-developed orc fleet here. Everything but an orcish battleship at my disposal. And we are going to be going over the ways in which the orcs are different from the Imperium and Chaos, and it's significant. So we're going to start here in ship statistics, because it's different here in statistics. Just, you know, the base stuff about the ship is drastically changed in comparison to the Imperium and the Chaos. So, hull integrity. First, they flat out, for their little cruisers, they get 100 more. For their bigger cruisers, they get 100. They flat out get more hull integrity. Significantly so. They also get weaker shields, though, because the Imperium and Chaos have 200, you only have 100. But your heavier hull integrity means your armor applies to many of your hit points, and you become much harder to kill. Speed, they're actually, I think they're slightly slower at their base speed, but their top speed, they can go a lot faster than the Imperium and the Chaos. Rotation, they are very much slower to rotate their ships. It takes a long time to turn these suckers. Detection ranges are exactly the same. Their troop value is automatically 10 better than Chaos or Imperium troops. Just flat out, theirs is better. The only people who can truly beat them consistently in boarding actions are ships dedicated to Nurgle. Turrets-wise, they actually have fewer turrets on their ships than the Imperium and Chaos by default, which means they have less point defense against torpedoes, fighters, and other small projectiles and small craft that can be shot down. Lastly, their armor. They have 75 front, 50 side, just like the Imperium, but only 25 on the rear, which means if you can get, and they have none of their guns can shoot behind them. So if you can get behind one of these ships and just beat on it, or ram it, or hit it in the rear, you pretty much can just beat the crap out of orc ships if you can stay behind them. All of that said, let's take a look at their setup. So for a start, orc ships come with custom points. Now, I'm not going to necessarily do it right this second because I would lose renown points. But you know what? We're going to do it on this guy. So as you can see, custom points. So the yellow are default. They cost nothing to do. The custom points allow you to change the equipment section by section. Each side of the ship, by the way, gets 2 of these. So, your options for orc weaponry, we'll go up to the big bad battle cruiser to show you the options for weaponry. Orc ships have the option of prow mega zappers, which are basically lances, prow guns, which are just guns, more prow, which again, they're just little macro cannons. They can also mount grot ship launchers, which are fighters. Torpedoes come default on all orc ships, or you can replace it with a mega cannon. And I'll show you what that thing looks like too. Broadsides are default lots of guns. You can replace these so far with lots of heavy cannons or grot ship launchers. Your choice. In the case of the battlecruiser, it gets 2 custom points. See, full default, what I have. Their ships are also a little cheaper, because their default weaponry isn't nearly as powerful as their custom point weaponry. They also get fewer attacks and have significantly terrible accuracy, but oh my god, when they hit, you want to cry from getting shot by them. Trust me, it hurts a lot. That much said, I'm going to show you guys what a mega cannon looks like. I think it might... Is it on my destroyed ship right? No, here it is. That's a mega cannon emplacement of the torpedoes. You saw the words Nova Cannon. I'm going to explain where that came from in a second. Yeah, really freaking hurts. 144 damage. They just have to hit. That's the big thing. They just have to hit. Now, let's talk about upgrades. Orcs have different upgrades. Surprise. For a start, they have the same upgrades in terms of engines as everyone else. They're just called something different. They have the similar upgrades to shields. They have different upgrades when it comes to deck upgrades because they can add belt armor, which makes them ignore the first critical hit to deck to energy generator or engines. Basically keeps that in the game even longer, which is a huge advantage. The hull can get chained squigs in place of savior pods. I'll talk about what chained squigs are in a second. And the weapons are basically the same as everybody else's, but you have all 8 of them unlocked because any orc ship can technically have access to all types of weapons and therefore need all types of upgrades. Skills. Orcs differ in one single skill, the Wah. Ships in range, including this ship, gain an additional free assault action every time they board an enemy ship. So to illustrate how this works, normally when you launch a boarding action, you get 3 attacks, and when you launch a lightning strike, you get 1. Wah, which stacks cumulatively for every single ship that fires it, gives all of your ships another action. So when I do a boarding, I get 4 rolls, or 2 on a lightning strike. I wish I had more ships equipped with this, now that I know exactly how it works. I only have a couple of light cruisers equipped with it. But that's the only difference in their skills. Favors is where things get radically different. So you have the Evil Sons clan, with the tractor cannon, unique to orcs. You pick a ship, and you literally move it 1,000 units in any direction you want and kill all of its momentum by inertia. So at that point, the ship then has to get back up to speed and get back up to maneuvering and is thrown completely off course. It also gives them the bigger red button, which refills their combustion gauge. They don't have a maneuver gauge like everyone else. They have a combustion gauge that only allows them to go really fast forward suddenly, but this refills it quicker. The Blood Axis clan, which means that with this favor, every orc ship in existence can have a Nova Cannon! Nova Cannon for you, and you, and you, and you. Everyone gets a Nova Cannon! You're all laughing now at that thought as you realize just how ridiculous it truly is. Moving my camera real quick because I realize it's kind of in the wrong place for this. The next is the Groff clan. I take a second to realize how to pronounce it. Which increases their already increased ramming damage because every orc ship has a ram plow. That's what this giant face is on the front of the ship. It's a ramming plow. But now you increase that damage further and you give them an additional assault action when boarding. This does not apply to lightning strikes, only boarding actions. Let's be clear about that. And the Bad Moon clan, which you guys are going to get to see. This gives you the ability. Are you ready for this one? Because here's the quote I came up for this. Beware the orc space melee sniper. With the same range as a Nova Cannon and ignoring enemy shields for purposes of determining a lightning strike, you can make a teleportarium attack from Nova Cannon range at any time. I'm not even kidding. You could mass these together, pick one ship, and go, everyone! And there's not a lot they can do about it. It also gives you a free additional upgrade slot on the ship. That's why you don't have Law yet. I was going to give you that cannon and then give you the upgrade slot. Silly me. No, I can't, but, you know, that's the idea. And if you give them the more teleporters, it does count as a lightning strike, so they do get the additional attack when you do it. Shh. Crew, you will notice that you don't have access to the Commissar or the... It's not there. You need to buy the Squigs in a Cage upgrade to be able to execute captains to prevent insubordination. Not even kidding. Other than that, these are all the same as everybody else's. But you have to buy the Squigs in a Cage upgrade, which I don't even know what it does because I haven't bought it yet. Since, you know, I don't really mind. Now, let's go over their traits because they have a lot of traits. Their guns are less accurate at all ranges, period. As a matter of fact, they don't have any accuracy at 12,000 units. They can't even fire their guns at that range. So if you can keep them away, that's good. They get an additional assault action on all boarding, which means that by default the Orcs get 4 base, and you can improve it to the absolute maximum of 10 per boarding action per boarding. That's obscene. Their chance of insubordination is higher by 10% on hull integrity, and instead of 25%, they start getting insubordination chances at 30%. Ship of the line loss is 16% as opposed to 12%, and escort loss exists, whereas on other factions, escort loss does not exist. Squigless. Until you get the Squigs in a Cage upgrade, this ship cannot have its captain executed. Which means when things start going bad for the Orcs, they can cascade quickly. Because ships will go, I'm out! And you'll just... I actually had a battle where I only won because I'd had both my escorts ram the space station before my last ship of the line warped out. Technically, at the time the space station exploded, I had no ships on the field, but I had a win. Big red button. As you can see, they don't have the ability to do tight maneuvers or plasma thrusting, but they do have the ability to go really fast forward, and it gives a random amount in addition to the being stronger than everyone else's. So it's automatically stronger, and then it's randomly even stronger than that. You can't use the running silent by default. There is a favor with the blood axes when you have the Nova Cannon to be able to run silent. And the custom points. All Orc ships get custom points. They're not going to look a lot different from each other until you factor in that the weapons are going to be completely changed up. So, all of this said, that is the differences. You guys, however, have been waiting for the combat. And War Boss Fiaura intends to give it to you. Now, please do remember this game is in early access. Technically, we are playing a beta/alpha. And that means that not everything is finished. I want to give special thanks to the developers of Battlefleet Gothic for the opportunity for this, because they did in fact send me a key to be able to do this review. I get these keys very often, and I always like to say thank you to the devs if I possibly have a moment to do so. That much said, thank you to Titalos Interactive and Focus Home Interactive for their contributions for developing this game. In the meantime, let's get some Orc ships out. I want to bring the double Nova Cannon beat sticks. Yeah, I want to do that. So we're actually going to take 3 light cruisers. What is your favor? I wish I could... Oh, here we go. The Bad Moon Clan. And I want to take the battle cruiser. We want to take you. Right? No. I want to take both of you. This is an escort mission. I might need the extra ship numbers. Or do I? Decisions! Decision made. This way you guys get an even look at all the different ships as best as I possibly can. We are escorting a convoy of Orcs. Yeah, that is the ship I actually wanted. Cool, so we got the right cruiser. I was trying to make sure. Look, I like how the Orc convoys just look like they would literally ram into something, unload what they want, load on what they want, and leave. It's ridiculous. Okay. I can't lose more than 2 transport ships, so we're going to put them in pairs of 2s. And we're going to split them up. So our objective is to get 4 of you across. we're going to do this literally by any means necessary. Now, I've taken the time to name some of these ships after my subscribers, so you'll notice that the interwebs master is one of my subscribers. That's his name, the master of the interwebs. Okay, so I see where the enemies are. We want to get you guys over to here. We're going to push everything we can straight through these 3 ships. So I want these convoys moving, and they are not stopping for anything. No, you can't go faster yet. No! Not yet. Actually, I want you to move there. We're going to shift move you so that you take a turn and head on through. Actually, you can go faster. I want you to plant a stasis bomb so they have to move around it, and I want you to fire your Nova Cannon. Teleport! Move in! Fire! Alright, that's just an escort. Cool. You guys ready to see a ram? Oh, we missed him! We missed him so hard! Oh, what's up? How you doing? Alright, we gotta engage these big cruisers. Do I get any torpedoes ready? Let's get our fire focused on them. Yeah, sometimes the interface breaks and you have to deselect stuff. Stop. Hey, guess what? Guess what? We're gonna fire the big Nova. Alright. Lightning strike! That's so wrong, by the way. Prepare. God, so much going on. Let's slow it down a little bit with the tactical cogitator. Okay, do you have a shot at anything with your Nova? No. Okay, do you have a torpedo volley? And can you drop that particular bomb right there? And I need you to go firepower on them. We got 2 through. We might get another one through real quick. Yes, they is. Alright, I want you to start turning. Actually, you go after him. We need to get him off of our transports. We might lose this rate. Oh, we have another ship. Good. Did you blow up your Nova Cannon? No. Oh, direct hit! I need you to go fast right now. Finish him. Finish him. That's their admiral ship. Finish him off. Come on, guys. Move it. We got to get out of here. Ooh. That's all the DACA we needed for him. More DACA on that ship. He can't outrun torpedoes. By the way, Orcs also get boarding torpedoes, which are basically free boarding actions in the form of torpedoes. Let's see him outrun this. Oh, 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 it's gonna hit! It's gonna hit! Yeah! That's what I wanted to see. Oh, yes, all the ramming damage. Did we lose a transport? Yeah, we did. Avoid the minefield if we can. Brace for impact. Nova cannon. Yeah, he didn't like that. Fire boarding torpedoes. Fire boarding torpedoes. Issue the wall. I think we made it. I think we made it. We got one ship through. 3 of our trucks made it. Come on, you little truck. Step on the gas. Oh, yes! So, that is the Orcs. That is how you fight with them in combat. You get in people's faces, you ram them, you spam torpedoes. And by the way, if you've got enough Nova cannons, you keep firing them as long as you possibly can at everything that moves. I think they need a bit of a nerf, or the Imperials and Chaos need a bit of a buff. One or the other. But that is the Orcs, as you guys can see. Battle cruisers and, well, cruisers and light cruisers. For my own channel, I'm going to get up and go get a, we're going to be going to go get a battleship to show off. But in the meantime, I think that's enough of this first look for Remlay's 40k theories. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, smack the like button for Remlay's. Bring your chopper down upon it with all fury. I'm just saying. Just saying. If you'd like to see more stuff by me, then you can go check out my channel. It's probably in the description if he's done me that solid. Or if you want to see more stuff by Remlay's and his 40k theoriness, you see that big red button? The big red button that makes everything go faster? Push it. It's called subscribe. Push it, push it, push it. And if you want to support us, both of us are on Patreon. We appreciate it. It absolutely helps us. I think Remlay's is almost to the point he can make this a job, so that's up to you guys. I'm encouraging you to go support him because he's an awesome human being. In the meantime, this is War Boss Fiaura signing out for right now, and I will see you all later.